Yeah, Chase Sexton, let's start with this. Would you agree, or would you say that your hunger to win is maybe, I don't want to say higher than other people's, but that's definitely up there inside of you?
Yeah.
That's a priority for you, right? That's fair.
Yeah, I would say it's a priority. I mean, a lot of it just comes from that I train so hard to win, and when you don't win, it kind of sucks. And once you get the taste of winning, it's like nothing else. So, yeah, the motivation is definitely high to win, but maybe at some point it's too high. I need to calm it down a little bit. But that being said, last week I wouldn't have changed what I did. I was going for the win. And that's all I can do. So other than that, though, I'm happy to be in Daytona, and I love this place. Been here, I've raced this, I think, 19, 20, like 4 or 5 times, and trying to get that first win. So that's the goal.
This was going to be the follow-up. Does that need to win, that want to win, do you like that about yourself, or does it frustrate you sometimes?
I mean, it can be both. Like, when you do win, it's awesome, but when you don't, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit frustrating. So, but that's any successful athlete, I feel like, they have that same kind of drive and that mentality. So I'm thankful to have it. It's something that it's God-given, and I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, you need it, don't you? Like, without that, you aren't you.
Yeah, I'm not me if I don't have it.
Okay,
so
that's
like
what I was expecting.
Yeah.
What did you do this week? You said maybe you were going to chill out, have a bit of a break?
Yeah, I only rode one day this week, so yeah, we took Monday off, which was nice, and started my week Tuesday. It was raining Monday, so it actually kind of worked out really well. So yeah, back here, have press day, and then obviously race tomorrow, so we'll have 3 days on the bike still. And yeah, I felt good on Wednesday, so we're ready to go.
Last thing, because this isn't a spot for our normal interviews, you know? It's not a vibe. Last thing, in Detroit, you confused me massively, and I forgot to bring it up with you. You said that was the best you've ever been in the whoops on a 450. I don't get it. I never looked at you.
That race or Salt Lake City 2021 for like 5 laps. Those are the 2 best I've been in.
But like, I feel like you're not a guy who struggles in the whoops. You're a guy who's good everywhere.
Really fast on that night, so.
Okay, so it wasn't.
What is Steve wearing?
Don't. Luckily, you're not involved in that. It's not a good look. But you're not a guy who struggles in the whoops. So like, it was weird to me that you said that, because that was like, you're good every weekend.
But I was consistently fast. Like, a lot of the times I hit them really fast for a few laps, then I kind of slow down, and I was fast the whole. My fastest. He's putting another jersey on. My fastest lap was in the whoops. My segment was lap 17, so I was consistently faster, which was good.
And stars?
Yeah, starts are fine. I mean, last week wasn't great, but
I feel like your jump out the gate and immediate drive is really good.
Yeah.
And then somewhere around halfway, you get swallowed.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is.
Trust me, I know.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so we need to figure that out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it depends a lot on the dirt too, on what kind of dirt, what kind of surface we have. But I whole shot it here last year, so let's try to do that again.
Cooper Webb, 2 incredible weeks in a row for you, and now a big box to tick this weekend. Are you putting more pressure on yourself to get this one? Do you care that much?
I mean, sure you care, right? That's why we line up every Saturday. But I mean, honestly, yeah. Like, I really want to win. With that being said, the pressure doesn't really change. I mean, there's pressure every time we line up. So it would be awesome to get a win here. Obviously, for many reasons, I've never been able to do it and gotten second a lot. So, but with that being said, you know, it's just like another weekend. We're gonna have the same mindset that we can go out there and win every time.
Does Daytona work for you because it breaks down, it offers you a chance to get creative? Is that why you're so good here?
I think so, and it's definitely physically demanding, right? And I pride myself in being a pretty physically fit guy. So that, and it never changes. It gets gnarly. You got to get creative. You got to, you know, really use some finesse. And when it breaks down, it's almost survival mode sometimes. So that's why I really love it. And after living in Florida for the last some years, it's kind of like a home race for me. Got a lot of friends and family, and grew up coming here as a kid and racing the Ricky Carmichael stuff. And so it's just homey vibes.
Are you in a sweet spot with a bike now, or are you still searching for some comfort, whatever that is?
No, I haven't touched it since last year, so we're in a good spot.
Still?
Yeah.
And nothing special for Daytona?
No.
Oh, wow.
Base is best, man.
Last thing, you've kind of been a bit coy about this, but can we finally figure out what happened to you in the off-season? At least how much time you had off? Can we finally silence this?
4 weeks. 4 weeks off. Had a crash.
And were you better at the start of the year than you expected?
Yeah, much better. Yeah, it ended up working out pretty well. I can, I don't like to talk too much. If I'm lining up, I'm plenty capable of racing. But yeah, about 4 weeks off in December, and I'm just glad I was able to line up. It was, we could have went possibly surgery route, so it was good to be able to not have to do that.
Okay, Jason Anderson, how do you feel about your season so far? I feel like there have been some ridiculously high moments, but then also maybe some stuff left on the table. Like, realistically, I feel like you should have a win by now.
Yeah, I feel like that's been a lot of times that I feel like I should have had a win, but yeah, it's just part of it. I feel like I've had moments where I've been riding really well, and then I've had moments where I just haven't been riding really well. I just, for some reason, can't get out of my own way or figure out how to go as fast as the guys in front of me at some moments. So it's part of it, though. It's just trying to be better and see if we can stay up front and put ourselves in positions to have good opportunity.
Not getting out of your own way, is that a mental thing? A mindset thing?
No, I don't know. It's just sometimes I just feel like it's easy to go as fast as them, and sometimes it is not as easy to go as fast as them. I don't know. I sometimes even, it's not even like, I don't even think it's a mental thing. I think it's just sometimes, I think maybe their skills are better in certain times when the track is the way it is.
I guess that must be frustrating though, not knowing. Like, you'd rather just pinpoint the exact reason.
Yeah, I guess it's a little frustrating. I mean, at this point I understand that if I just keep my head down, that success will come, so it's nothing too out of the norm for me, but at the same time it'd be nice to have every weekend be perfect.
I know last year you were struggling with the bike on soft dirt. We haven't got to the softest tracks yet, but does it already seem like it's in a better direction?
Yeah, I mean, this week I went to go ride at Club MX and it was pretty rutted and I felt comfortable, but it's also practice track. You don't really know. So yeah, let's see if it'd be nice to be able to have success at a track like Indy. And for me, that's last year I did decent there, but still for the softer tracks I wasn't like riding well. So I got 4th at Indy last year, but it was like it was better than I should have done.
So that's kind of not in your head a little bit, but you're looking forward to those races to kind of see if you can do it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it'll be interesting to see if I can improve compared to last year.
Where else do you feel like you need to improve? Where else is kind of a lingering issue?
I don't know. So honestly, just speed. Like I think right now, as far as like speed goes, I think Cooper and Chase most of the time are pretty much the top 2 guys as far as speed goes, and I feel like I'm right there, maybe a tick behind Kenny, depending on if I feel comfortable on the track. Sometimes I feel like I could be maybe a little bit better, but he just races so well, So even like the last moto at the Triple Crown last week, I feel like it was me and Kenny were kind of in our own little race compared to Chase and Cooper.
And you just did it last week. You just did it. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, literally, I did it, and that was better. That's all you got to do. Just do it.
Yeah, it's crazy how
all you got to do is do it.
It's crazy how easy this pro Supercross stuff is.
This stuff is very simple. Just do it.
Okay. So do we know now why you weren't doing it in the first part of the year, or is that still a mystery?
I was holding my breath. How many rounds? What round is this now?
8.
8. So 7. Well,
we're deep in.
6.5 rounds. I held my breath.
Yeah, that's not it's not the move.
My mechanic kept putting on the board breath. I didn't understand. He meant breathe.
Yeah, because you're a man with top quality education. You need novel on the pit board, correct spellings.
Very correct.
You're going to take it literally.
Just do it.
Can you pinpoint anything that changed last week?
No.
So that must be frustrating in a way, isn't it? Like, I feel like if I was a rider, and a good rider like yourself, if I turned it around, I would want to know why.
There's only realistically one thing.
You just did it.
Oh,
no, okay.
Two. That and also like my wife had the baby, so
congratulations again, by the way.
Yeah, my team manager Murph was like, "Yeah, dude, I knew you probably you weren't gonna be that good until you had the baby," and then I had to prove myself that I had to. Yeah, he was right. That I didn't think it was an issue. It must have been in my head, like the baby. But yeah, it's just do it. So now it's on, like Donkey Kong. Just do it.
So that was it. That was the do it that you needed.
I didn't even need to do it. My wife needed to do it.
Easy life.
Easy life. Happy life.
Talk me through the second main event incident with Jason. Try to keep it as clean as possible.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's.
So just racing? No.
No. Yeah, if we don't crash it, we're just racing. But yeah.
When you go down and you see the green bike, are you just like, first of all, you're like, who was that? And then you're like, oh, come on.
I mean, I made an aggressive pass before the finish line. Like
you had it coming.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew, but but it was, maybe could have been a better block pass. I don't know. But yeah, so it is what it is, and we're racing hard and we're racing for points. So back at it here at Daytona. Let's I think we both are hopefully grown up enough to leave that behind us. I don't care. Like I don't care. It's good racing, and it's a shame I didn't. I was like fifth or something.
Oh, you were on it. You were just doing it.
So I was really just doing it the second race, and then I had to just do it the third race. So all in all, it was a great racing weekend. Last weekend I proved that I'm still fast, so that was cool. And let's just do it here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona.
Proved you were still fast all the way until the last corner in the last main event,
Literally.
when poor Chase just sat there. And here comes the gas.
Hey,
Don't leave an inside open.
take it. When it's there, you take it.
When it's there, you've just got to do it. And that brings us full circle.
You should do the interview because you're nailing it. Yeah, man, I felt good last week to race hard, go fast, battle where I belong, and now I'm just ready to do it again.
Just how valuable was the weekend off for you? Obviously, you came in behind the 8 ball, so is this a massively different version of RJ compared to Detroit?
I feel so. I mean, it was more like we went and tested that week after Detroit. The team, came to Florida because I think anybody who watched that day at Detroit could tell I was struggling comfort-wise, and I still kind of the main event kind of haunted me the next couple of days after that. Like, it's not in me to just kind of lay over like I did, and that's literally what I did in that main event. So that kind of sucked. But team came and tested a couple of days after that, and found my comfort, and had I'd say 4 pretty good days on the bike. So I definitely feel like I'm in a better version now than I was 2 weeks ago.
If I remember right, in Detroit you said you were on the verge of going back to last year's setup, and once you figured something out in the week following, you were going to stick with it and stop experimenting so much. So is that what's happened?
Yeah, well, I never found something before Detroit. We were kind of throwing whatever we could at it, and then just all day we're switching and trying to find the comfort, and didn't find it. And then tested, like I said, I think it was Tuesday after that, came with a good setting, and then I still wanted to revisit my last year's setting just to get that out of my head. And we did that. And I could clearly tell that this new setting was better, so went away from that. I'm on a whole new setting, say 25 setting this year.
What feeling do you have now versus before Detroit? Can you really pinpoint the differences?
Well, I mean, I hope I'm better in the whoops. That was embarrassing, those first 2 rounds. So we'll see here. I mean, a lot different of a track than what we had the first 2 rounds, which also makes it kind of tough. Because it's like, look, we tested on a Supercross track, and then now we come to half outdoor, half Supercross. But like my main thing for over the years is like whenever I'm comfortable, it's the best I ride. Whether my bike's not handling good or it is handling good, at least I know what it's gonna do. And I feel like we're there. We're really close. Who knows? I mean, I feel like it's gonna be good this weekend, even if it's not. Don't stress out, because I know on a real Supercross track, we're in a pretty good spot.
And last thing, how much emphasis are you putting on the deficit that you've got in the championship standings? Are you trying not to care this early on?
Yeah, don't care. I mean, dude, look at last year. I was almost out of it, you would say, and then I show up at East-West Showdown and I dominate it and get right back into it. So I just kind of keep that into each weekend. Look, you're never out, so you're out. So we'll see. I mean, I don't even know how far back I am. I know I'm a lot. But just focus on this weekend, get another podium, knock those off. 3 East-West Showdowns make it or lose a lot in those. So have a solid weekend. Here in Daytona, and then really focus on Indy to get on top of the box there.
Yeah, how valuable was the weekend off for you? Do you feel like you've taken a massive step since the last time we saw you?
Yeah, definitely. This is kind of the first race I feel like I'm coming in with some excitement. Obviously, in Tampa I came in with the flu, and then Detroit it was still kind of lingering, so I still wasn't 100%. But this weekend, it's sunny out, weather's great. I feel like we made some progress with the bike. Obviously, my health has improved, and I made some little changes throughout these past couple weeks. So yeah, this is the first race where I feel like I'm coming in just ready to go race.
Does that also mean you're putting more pressure on yourself? You're maybe, I don't want to say taking it more serious, but are you putting more pressure on?
I guess maybe my expectations are a little bit higher for this weekend, I guess. As far as pressure though, I feel like what I need to be better at is I've just been tight throughout the first 2 races, just riding tight. So I feel like the goal is to not have any pressure and just ride loose, ride free, ride open. That's kind of what we really worked on over the past couple weeks. So the point is to kind of ride with no pressure and to just really be. So that's kind of just that's the vibe I'm trying to bring. That's the attitude I'm trying to bring into this race. Is just being not being tight, not thinking, just going with the flow type of thing.
Do you have a timeline on when you expect to be 100% and the best version of you?
I mean, it's just, I feel like the only thing I'm really doing wrong is I'm just riding too tight.
Yeah.
And obviously, like last weekend, the heat race, I was literally far outside gate pick, so obviously none of that helped. Tampa, I was sick. So I just need to ride like I know how to ride. Like in practice, me and Jordan, we swap off on basically every session of who's faster, and we're battling, we're pushing with each other, and he just is able to carry that into the races.
Yeah.
Where I just need to. It's not that I am not fast. It's not that I can't go fast. I just need to carry that same just practice mentality, practice how I'm riding in practice into the races, and I feel like maybe I just needed to get through these first couple races because the past couple years, I mean, I haven't made it to a round 3 in at least, I think, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
It's been since I've made it to the 3rd round. Last year was 2, the year before that was the first one, and I believe the year before that it was at the 3rd round that I got hurt. So I feel like just the longer I get into the season, I just need to settle into my groove, get into the season, and that's kind of one of the things is I want to, obviously I want to win races, want to get podiums, want to do this, want to do that, but right up there with those goals is making the whole season. So I also want to make the whole season and be there every race, so that's just as much of a goal as the results.
Last thing, has changing teams' bikes been a bigger task than you imagined?
Not really. It's been about what I expected, to be honest. We went through kind of a little bit of a rough patch where we were breaking stuff and things weren't going the way that we wanted them to go, and we got through that. We figured all that stuff out, and now I feel like it's just the members of the team. They've made the process pretty smooth. Just as far as like I said, it hasn't been smooth, but when we did run into some problems, they were working really hard to try to figure those problems out, and we got them sorted out, and so it's been about like I expected.
But you expected it to be not easy.
I expected it to not be easy, just because I've never done it. So I really guess I didn't know what to expect. I probably kind of expected the worst, because I didn't know what to expect. So I just kind of set my expectations for, okay, new bike, new team, moving across the country. It's probably not going to be easy, and it's so in a way, it's probably actually been easier than what I kind of expected. So, and I feel like that just goes to the members of the team, and we have a good group of guys. So, we've figured it out.
How important was the weekend off for you? Do you feel like you've taken a big step since the last time we saw you in wherever that was?
Yeah, Detroit was the last one. Being close to the podium in Detroit, yeah, we had a weekend off, could walk a little bit on myself on the speed, and I feel good. I had a great 2 weeks of training, and this weekend is time to go. I feel great on the bike, so we're gonna see. We are Friday. We're gonna see a little bit of the tri-keys or the bike fields, and the goal is to fight for the win tomorrow.
Is speed where you feel like you're lacking at the moment?
Tampa, I wasn't comfortable, so yeah, my speed wasn't that good. But Detroit, I feel like my speed was better. I was really close to the podium, the whole main event. But I think more my start. I've been starting not so good lately, the first 2 rounds. So I've been working on my start, and the goal is to start in front tomorrow, and hopefully we can do that. I feel like we have to now. There's a lot of good guys, and I feel like if you don't start in front, it's hard to win the race. You can come back on the podium, but to win the race, you have to start in front, I think, and that's going to be my goal tomorrow.
What issues do you see with your starts? Can you pinpoint exactly what's going wrong?
I was struggling with traction out of the gate, kind of wheel spin a lot, and I've been working on a few things on the bike and myself, so hopefully we can show that tomorrow.
Random question. Argentina is a different track this year. Any part of you that wants to be there? Any part feel like you're missing out?
Yeah, I've seen like a couple pictures of the track. It's way different. I actually love the old one. The dirt wasn't good, but the location and the track was amazing.
For a vacation, it was great.
Yeah, actually, I really enjoyed going there. I was on the lake. I really like it. But new track. So we're gonna see. I didn't see any video yet. So looks like a lot of jumps and pretty sandy. So hopefully it's good for them.
But you don't feel like you're missing out?
No, I feel good here in Daytona. My goal is, of course, to win another Daytona tomorrow, and I'll be watching on TV Argentina. But no, I'm good here.
Hey, Levi, kitchen. Is this little guy gonna help you cook up something new this weekend?
100%. Yeah, this is my little helper. He's not gonna ride with me, but he's gonna help me with some lines, I think. I've never been to Daytona, so I need all the help I can get. Looking forward to it, though.
Did you guys, being down sandbox, I know you guys have a lot of options. Did you guys go the full Daytona style prep, add in a bunch of sections, or keep it pretty mellow?
No, we did. We added, Jason out there at Sandbox added a couple good sections, and the lap time was like 1:30, which was perfect. So, got the bike, I think where I want it. Hopefully, we'll see. And I feel really good this weekend, or going into this weekend, I should say. I'm excited, eager to be back at the races after a weekend off and just try to follow up the ride I had at Detroit.
So, of course, coming into the season, you had the illnesses, a crash, a few things you commented on at the press conference back at Tampa that derailed your prep a little bit coming in. It's easy to say, week off, it must have helped. Basically, to put bluntly, from Tampa to now, what feels better? What's better with you? What's better with the bike?
Honestly, I think I'm just happier. I don't feel like there's anything in the way. I've felt great physically. My diet's been great. I've been really strict with that, and I just feel really good. And I think every week that goes by, when you do that and you have consistency, you feel better and more confident going to these races. So, I don't know. It's been good out in Florida. The weather's been great. I've been also having fun off the bike, been able to fish a lot, and so I don't know. I'm just in a good mood, and I think that's a big part for me.
Due to some of the ups and downs of the early rounds, Anstey's points lead is pretty decent for being 2 rounds in. It's not insurmountable by any means, but when you're in this kind of position, do you really think big picture, or is it as easy as old tales time or whatever? Just take it every weekend. You just worry about each race weekend. We'll get there when it's time. Worry about the long run when it's time.
Yeah, for sure. It's better he has a bigger lead early, than a bigger lead late in the series, I guess I could say. So it just gives me time to try to capitalize. And obviously he's riding great, and he had a great first couple rounds, and me and RJ and a couple others didn't quite follow up to that. So my goal was just to do me and just do the best I can every night, and it's racing, anything can happen, and we've all seen it before. So I just got to be in the fight, and I don't know, the mindset's kind of like, obviously I've always wanted to win a championship, and it's always the goal. It's everybody's goal, but I don't know. I've been really enjoying racing, and I look forward to years to come, and just try to do my best. And if that championship happens, then it's just meant to be.
Going back to last year, going down to the wire with RJ, what is the biggest lesson you learned from that championship coming in this year? What do you feel like is your biggest lesson that you're applying into this season?
Just execute every single time, especially those East-Wests. When we get into those East-Wests, that's why I want to get out of here with a good result and go into Indy with some confidence. And like Indy would be more important for me to win, I think, than here. So that's what I learned last year, is just like everything was going great until the East-West shootouts, both of them. Even Salt Lake, it was okay, but I wasn't executing my starts or anything. So that's I think that's an important part. You have the other guys from the other coast that they want to prove a point, and we want to prove a point, and we can all battle. So if you can get out front of them, I think that's the best way to do it.
Coty Schock, simple question: why a 250 in the 450 class?
Better question is, why not?
Why?
We're underpowered. If you look at like lap times, 250s tend to be close to the top 450 guys in a way, and I feel like on a really rough track, a 250 might be an advantage towards the later end of the moto. But at the same time, I just want to ride with what I know, I don't really feel like learning a new bike just for one round. It doesn't really make sense to me. And who wouldn't love to try to see somebody on a 250 get a whole shot in a heat race or in a main? So you're saying there's a chance. You never know.
There's a chance. Of course, Daytona, good memories. 21 here. It went really good till about, what, 2 laps ago? It was your first time really being
it was
your first time being a front runner.
I ran third for 12 and a half minutes, and then I got ninth because I got tired. I held my breath for 12 minutes, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. So I was definitely waving the white flag a lot earlier than the other guys. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good memories here. So this place is cool. It's probably one of the closest rounds that we have for us East Coast guys based out of South Carolina. So yeah, it's a good one.
So club, of course, you guys have a lot of freedom to do whatever you want with the facility, the track, etc. Did you guys go full Daytona prep style, or did you keep it pretty freaking normal?
No, we kept it pretty normal. We just threw a sand sweeper into our like arena cross style track, and yeah, called it a day. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Everyone knows kind of how this place gets, so you can't really ever replicate Daytona. You kind of just got to go off of your experience here. So, yeah, I mean, a rhythm's a rhythm. It's going to get soft, rutted, and this dirt's going to harden up a little bit. But yeah, the softest it's definitely going to be here for press, for sure.
Last one for you. What would you be happy with tomorrow night for a result?
My goal is to get 15th.
That's it. Somebody asked me this week what I thought you could do, and that's about where I landed at. So sick.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Are you on the same page? No. He expects more of you.
Oh, yeah.
I like his answer better.
Yeah.
Ours sucks.
No,
listen. I'd be happy with a 15.
Listen, yes, same, but I'm here to have fun, and I'm not in the points, and I'm not trying to screw up anybody in the points.
There's be a lot of getting out of the way.
Yeah, there is. So, yeah, don't mind me, boys. Just out here barking away. But yeah, a top 15.
I got better goal. Don't get lapped.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I haven't been lapped in a long time, so that would feel
Let's not start that tomorrow night.
Yeah, no.